Yes, people. Welcome to the dance. I'm high level. Imagine we got the baddest DJ. To my far right, we got none other than Miss TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to one of New Orleans' great DJs. It's the DJ T-Roy's in the house with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thanks for having me. So T-Roy, we're going to do it like how we do every show, you know? First question, where were you born?
I was born in New Iberia, Louisiana.
So you're from Louisiana?
Yes, I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
About 2 hours away from here, west. Yeah.
In the country.
Yeah, country.
I know it is.
I have no idea where that's at, but hey.
No, yeah, it's a small town, very small town. That's how I grew up. Kind of country, and you know, but I grew up around a lot of music, so.
So like T-Roy, I wanna know this. Like, what's your given name? Because I know we call you. Everybody in New Orleans know you as T-Roy.
Look, before you say it, I always had a myth in my head that your name was Troy, and you just mixed. Smart, see, boom.
She said that the other day too, and I was like, nah, it can't be that simple. Like,
yeah, it is.
Look at that.
It is.
See,
but it's a little more has like T-Roy and like T-Boy is kind of a Louisiana like nickname, like T-Boy or T-level or something. You know, like it means little. You know, like
gotcha.
Like little level or like little wing or whatever.
That's the Creole side, I guess.
Yeah. So I like that part of. I mean, because my name was Troy and T-Roy, but also because of the classic reggae guys like you, Roy. And I, Roy, you know, those kind of guys. So I said, well, I'll be too. You know?
Interesting.
I mean, I just started it off, you know, just kind of whatever. I mean, I started off gradually in reggae music, you know.
Okay, so that basically just went into our next question as to how the name came about. So you just basically let us know.
Well, I mean, I used to work in a record store, and that's how I got my start, you know, collecting records and stuff. And I don't know, one day the manager of the record store, he was like, everybody introduce yourself. If you have a nickname, you know, say your nickname. And I said, well, yeah, my name is T-Roy. I was just joking. And I don't know, I just kind of went with that for a DJ name also, you know.
Gotcha.
I like that though.
I mean, not a deep meaning, but, you know, it's what it is. I'm T-Roy, Troy, it's, you know.
Okay, so a lot of us that are like that party in New Orleans, and we basically know T-Roy. Can you tell us a little bit about Troy?
Yes. Well, you know, like I said, I grew up in a small town. I grew up in New Iberia. And, well, my dad was a sound system guy. You know, my dad was a DJ and collected records.
Wow.
And so, you know, I was always around music.
Foreign music.
And my dad played drums. He played piano. Little guitar, so I was always around music. And my dad had all the records, and he was a DJ. He had a sound system, and that's how I grew up, helping my dad do sound systems. And you know, my dad had a DJ crew. You know, in the 70s and 80s, he did it by himself, and like he played drums with the music. You know, and then he had a guy DJ, and he played the drums. And so they had a little DJ crew like that. And that was a big inspiration for me. And anyway, so that's how I got, you know, I've always been around music. And grew up in New Iberia, and then I went to UL, Lafayette.
Okay.
Yeah, University of Louisiana.
Okay.
I went there for radio and television, music production. And after that, I moved to LA. And I lived in LA for about 10 years.
Wow, from New Iberia
Yes.
to LA.
To Hollywood, no less.
Wow. Big old difference.
And came back to Louisiana.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, I used to, at first, I wasn't always into Caribbean music. I didn't grow up around it. I didn't grow up around any reggae or any kind of Caribbean vibes or DJs or anything, So I was a musician though, and I used to play rock music, punk rock and stuff like that. And I moved to LA. We moved to LA to start a band, So I left Louisiana. I'm like, I want to go to a big city type of thing. So LA or New York, and I didn't want to be in cold weather, so I moved to LA. Anyway, so I spent 10 years in Hollywood, and half of it was doing rock music, and then the second half, I got a job at a record store, and I started collecting reggae music on vinyl. So I did that for about 5 years, and I was also the reggae buyer in the store. So, I was the one who supplied the music to the store. So I started studying reggae music, like it was my job. And that's how I got started DJing, collecting records, in the record store. Then I moved back to New Orleans, and that's when I really kind of became DJ T-Roy.
Wow, you just answered all the questions in like one take. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. You're captivating the audience, so it's like, I ain't gotta ask nothing, sit back and let him do his thing.
Anyway, so yeah, I got my start collecting records in the record store. And then I was like, well, I had friends. I would be the guy who would, distribute the records to all the DJs in LA. Like all the hot guys, would come to the store for the reggae 45s. And that was the scene back in the day, the 45s. That's how I used to play reggae and dancehall. And, so I was the guy at the Rain record store giving the music to all the DJs. And then, eventually some of the DJs realized I had a lot of the records, so they invited me to DJ, like, hey, come out tonight, bring your records and DJ, So that's kind of how I got my start. And they kind of like threw me on, right, go ahead, man, it's your turn, And I kind of like, I totally flopped,
I thought you were about to say kind of like,
I totally
I killed it in a bad way. But, the other guys are really good, like these other guys I was messing with, they were already into it for like 10 years. They were already reggae DJs, and I just came in, with a lot of excitement, and I wanted to get into it. So I kind of, inched my way into the LA scene, DJing there. And then I was like, everybody's a DJ here, in LA, And so I'm like, well, you know what, I'm gonna move to New Orleans with all these records I collected, and I think I'm gonna do good, in New Orleans with these records,
Definitely. So you say about moving to New Orleans. How about you tell us about your first gig in New Orleans?
Okay. Well, my first gig in New Orleans, I don't know how I found out about it, but it was a little club called Butler's, and it was on River Road in Carrollton, right by Cooter Brown's. I don't know if you know where that is. There's a little club called Butler's, and they used to have hip hop on Saturday nights with DJ Real. I don't know if you remember him. He passed away. Rest in peace, DJ Real. And I had, I went there on a Sunday night, and there was a guy named Prince Pauper. He owns the record store on Bayou Road.
Okay.
Domino Sound. Okay, so he was a DJ there at Butler's on Sunday nights, and I showed up there, and he was DJing his 45s, and then he took a break, and I said, hey, I'm a DJ, he said, you want to play? Go ahead, So I started playing with his records, and it was going pretty good. And then he says, look, man, I'm moving to Oregon next week. You want this gig?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, sure. I'll take it. And I was like, right when I moved here, I went right into it, So I started on Sunday nights, but it was just a little like club like this, like a house. It was very, very small, and we did that on Sunday nights for about a year or so, you know. Then we were playing vinyl. There wasn't Serato or nothing yet. It was the vinyl days. So I started there on Sunday nights, and then anyway, I went to Club Shiloh on Thursday nights in about 2002.
Okay.
We started Club Shiloh on Thursday nights.
No.
A guy says, a friend of mine, I didn't know him yet. A guy called me up. I like the way you DJ. I'm opening the club on Thursday nights, Club Shiloh. Want to come down here and check it out? I was like, okay, cool. You know, so went down there and we started Thursday nights, and that's when I used to play like more like 80s rubber dub, 90s dancehall, a lot of classics, like classic reggae.
Lovers rock.
70s reggae, you know, like reggae, and 80s reggae and 90s dancehall. And it started to get popular, you know. It started to build up slowly, but it took about a year, you know. I used to make my flyers and pass them out after the House of Blues reggae concerts, and it started small like that, and the little night built up on Thursday nights, and that's where I got my start. Was really Club Shiloh on Thursdays, and built up a following, you know.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the public and people really know about, for DJs, how time consuming it really is.
Yeah.
People just see us come forward and we just do a set, but they don't really know the time that put between like downloading songs, setting your cues, preparing, listening your lyrics before you even. So tell me how you balance your DJ life with the DJ life with the family life.
Okay, well, that's a good question. It's hard to turn my back there. That's a good question, man. It's not easy, you know.
Really not easy.
You know, it's not easy, but it has to be done. So I'm really into family and being a dad and being a good family man, you know. But I want to be a good DJ too, so I just try to balance it out. And you know, I met my wife when I was already a DJ, so that kind of helps. Like I already had it going on, you know. So you know, okay, this is what he does. You know, a couple of nights, all nighters. You know, sleep all day, next day, and get back into the groove. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, so the DJing makes some money, so it's what it is. You know.
Yeah, just another job.
Yeah. And you know, I was lucky to, you know, make money DJing. You know, it was a really good feeling to actually start making money in DJing and have it kind of be like a career or a job at least, you know. And I've been really blessed, you know, just to do the thing and make money at it, you know.
Gotcha.
It's a really good feeling to get the support, you know, from New Orleans people. At the beginning, it was a really, you know, like heartfelt thing. Like, oh wow, you know, I'm getting a following, you know. And people really feeling it and coming out and dancing, and I got to play the music I really liked, and it started becoming a success, and it was a really good feeling, you know. But it's not easy, man. You know, family life, DJ life, it's a contrast, but you gotta make it work.
Okay. Speaking of the music that you really like, what genre of music do you prefer the most and why?
Reggae. You know, easy. It's an easy answer, reggae. You know, it's I started with reggae, and that's really my first, like, it's my real love, reggae music. You know, I've been into a lot of music. I'm really a music person, like all types of music. I really listen to all genres, you know, and I really appreciate almost all genres. But reggae just has a special place in my heart, and it's spiritual thing. Reggae music hits me in my soul. And it just overtook me, and I've been on the road for 20 years now with reggae music. So reggae is my thing.
Look, if I didn't think that I was gonna scare the piss out of him just now, I would have hollered, just got up and said, "Thank you, Jesus." Yes, because he done played everything. We done played rock, everything, and he came back to reggae.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I like rock music. I like everything, you know. But reggae is my love, my passion. Yeah, it's what I like. I'm gonna be into it no matter what. If there's any gigs, I'm always gonna collect, you know, like the latest reggae and just the classics and whatever, you know.
Right.
But I mean, you know, Caribbean music. I just love Caribbean music. I'm a Louisiana guy. I don't know. I just fell in love with it, you know. And dancehall is kind of like my second. Dancehall is, you know, reggae led to the dancehall.
Right.
There's a lot of reggae artists that do dancehall too, and so I started listening to dancehall
And don't worry, we're going to bring you to soca. It's okay. We're going to bring you over to soca.
yeah, but I like soca.
Yeah, he's there.
I do. And I admit, you know, I wasn't always into soca because I was such a reggae guy, you know, and you know, just smoke marijuana and just chill, you know, laid back type of reggae vibe. So soca's, you know, it's the other end of the spectrum, yeah.
Right.
So it took me a while to warm up to soca, but like I love soca now, I really do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm ready. All right. So, okay, so if you weren't DJing,
Yeah.
what profession would you be?
It's a good question. I would probably be more into like sound engineering. This is another kind of career I dabble in.
Right.
And I used to work at House of Blues. I worked at House of Blues for like 10 years.
We're talking about the House of Blues downtown?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I used to do like sound production and sound engineering and stage production. So I'd probably work in that.
Okay.
Or, you know, I don't know, like fantasy, like being a chef or something. You know? I don't know. I like cooking. You know?
Chef T. Roy.
Right?
I've grown to love cooking. You know, I really like cooking, and you know, I kind of have a fantasy of like having a restaurant or something like that. But I'm really late to the game in cooking, so you know, it's just
Never late. Never too late.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your take on the dancehall reggae movement in New Orleans?
Good question. I like it. I know I've gotten a lot of support, and I just have a lot of gratitude to New Orleans, and you know, a lot of thanks and a lot of love for New Orleans and New Orleans people. And it's just been really a beautiful thing to see New Orleans people embrace reggae music and dancehall music. And I just, you know, I think it's great. You know, it could always be better. You know, we could always have some other things going on, but you know, first, this is a small town. You know, New Orleans is a small, big city. You know, so I think we're doing okay. You know, I mean, New Orleans people have a lot of soul, and New Orleans people feel reggae and feel dancehall, and to me, it's a similar vibe. You know, like New Orleans music, like second line music and Caribbean music. There's a lot of you know, similarities there and similar vibes. So, you know, but I don't know. What do you think about it?
My personal opinion is it could definitely be better.
Yeah.
It could definitely be better. I love that New Orleans embraces the Caribbean culture.
Yeah.
It's just that to me, almost not you, because I've gone to a few of your parties and your fets, and I'm jamming, I'm sweating from sun up to sundown. Cash, I'm sweating. But a lot of the DJs don't have like the up-to-date music like you guys were speaking of. Like you guys sit down and you guys research music. You look for music.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the DJs that I speak to that are really into DJing have told me about them sitting there looking for music.
Yeah.
Like, but a lot of the DJs down here don't do that. They'll just ask for what y'all got, what's hot, what's, you know. A lot of people ask me for music. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Because like I had to tell one of my friends asked me to ask you this question on the show. He was like, ask T-Roy why he plays all the old reggae, all the old dancehall, right? And I was like, I can answer that for you because it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
I said that's what they like, so that's what he's gonna play. But if you go listen to one of his mixes, the old reggae is not on there because that's his personal mix. He's not playing for a certain crowd. Like, I don't mean no disrespect like this, but like the Blue Nile, they like that old dancehall. Like, you're not gonna come in there and hear 2021 dancehall in the Blue Nile.
Right.
But in the Dragons Den, it's a different story.
Yeah, you know, and you're right, you know, like I play to the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Because I have the cutting edge music, you know, I'll bust it, you know, and put it out there, and you know, sometimes it goes over people's heads, you know, if they're not ready for it, you know, if the crowd is not on it, you know, it's just gonna go over their heads, and I gotta like connect with the crowd, you know, you have to hit them in the, you know, gut where they gotta feel it. So Yeah, it's
Because you
I play to the crowd, man. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I can't just play what I want. Hey, you're gonna hear 2020 dancehall tonight. You know, 2021 dancehall all night long.
Right.
And the dance is not gonna pop.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta just play some. You gotta play some classics in there. You gotta play some '90s, some 2000s,
Yeah, definitely.
some up to dates, and you know.
Because when it comes to like, I don't know about the American side, but when it comes to like the Caribbean side in New Orleans, I tell everybody you have to leave New Orleans to see how behind New Orleans is when it comes to Caribbean music.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like when I came here, I'm like,
Yeah, it's definitely something
We don't-
totally different.
we don't listen to this right now. This was 5 years ago,
Yeah.
but the energy that I see from New Orleans to the old music is
That's
like,
what they want to hear.
wow.
Yeah. If it's hitting, I'm playing it.
Yeah, I heard that, right? If it's hitting, he played it. He
But
played it.
I try a lot of stuff, you know. Like I put a lot of stuff out there. I throw stuff out there people probably don't know that I like, you know. And you know, I try to mix it up, dude. You know, if it's the old stuff that's hitting, it's what I'm gonna play, you know. But I play like some, you know, some old hits and then play a couple of new unknowns and then go back to a hit and play an unknown, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I try to do it actually, you know.
Okay.
But I mean, you got to play in segments, so you do a little '90s, 2000s, and build up to the modern. And it's kind of how I do my dances. You
Yeah,
know?
because it like to each his own. Everybody got their own opinion, but it got people out there that told me, man, DJ T-Roy can't DJ. I said, let me tell y'all something.
Look.
When I go to parties, I can't enjoy parties anymore because I'm always looking at, oh, I could do that, oh, I could make that better, oh,
Yeah.
And I look at the DJ especially, and I'm like, what are y'all listening to? Like, this man transitions to song after song after song. It's flawless. Like,
When they say that, I believe that they're just listening to the songs. Like they're not listening to the DJing skills, like how he transitions to other songs or how he transitions from one genre to the next. They're not looking at that. They're listening to the songs they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like he didn't play my song tonight, so he can't DJ. Is
Yeah.
basically how I see it. But I've seen him like transition from, like he really like just plays for the crowd. Like if he sees like in the Blue Nile, if I've been there in Blue Nile to where he's been playing reggae and then he'll see a bunch of Trinidadians in the front. Of course they want soca, so he then transitioned to soca real fast, and then the crowd will switch to right now there's Jamaicans, and he's in transition to dancehall. Like I've literally sat there and seen all this happen. So for people that say that he can't DJ, I really just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a
True, what about SDJs in
You
New
can't
Orleans?
please everybody.
It's fine, dude.
Is it
It's
double
good. You
tonight?
know, you're gonna
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, you can't please
He loves
everybody.
everybody, right?
Yeah, you know, you can't please everybody, and that's where it is. You know, it's like I can play stuff for you, but everybody else ain't gonna know it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Well, I play a common denominator kind of tunes. I'm like, okay, everybody kind of knows this. It's gonna be a party, you know. It's a party. It's celebrating, you know. And
But then you get people like us that come and be like, man, we don't want to hear this, and there's only
Yeah,
three.
I
There's only
hear
four of us.
Right.
There's only four of us, and they're
Yeah.
like, shit, we gotta
So
listen
let me
to
play a bunch of stuff for level, and everybody start dancing. You know, it's fun.
Right.
I do that, you know. I see certain people in the crowd, I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta play something for this guy. This guy knows what's up, you know.
Right.
And then you know, it's just the crowd is like, what is this? What you playing here? You know.
So it's like but
Damn if you do that.
It's a balance, dude. You can't
Right.
please everybody. You can't please your average, just New Orleans reggae listener,
Yeah.
and a Caribbean person like who's up on the edge, you know.
say that
There you
say
go.
that one more time, because that's the problem that we have
And
right
that's the
now. It's
problem
like,
right now.
man, we know what it is and where it could be, but it's like New Orleans don't want to change. It's like
Yeah.
we'll get there when we get there.
You know what? It's not me, bro. It's not me. Because
Yeah.
if you go out there, if Cash gets out there, you'll see. Play 1,000 gigs. You know, like, and you're gonna know what New Orleans likes, and that's where I ended up. You know, like I've been playing for 15 years straight, 2 gigs a week. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been doing. Like 2 gigs a week for 15 years at least. And then before Katrina, I was going about 3 or 4 years before that. You know.
Damn.
So it's I know the New Orleans people and what they like, you know, and I respect them for that. And it's I try to play as new as I can. I try to bust as many new stuff as I
You
can
gotta sneak it in there.
without going over people's
Right.
heads and connecting, and
So guys,
you know.
you heard it for yourself. That's the reason why he DJs the way he DJs. All right. So T-Royce, let me ask
I
you.
mean, okay, you heard I got a mixtape, a 2021 mixtape.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
the latest.
Yeah.
Latest.
That's what I
And
said.
I could come out
If
and
they
bust
listen to your
that. You know,
mixtape,
you come out and bust that, and it'll be cool. And it'll be jamming.
If you
Like,
could come
to
out
me
and
and you.
bust that
You know
to
what I'm
correct.
saying?
yeah.
Right. To
And maybe a few others, but everybody just be like, I know
I don't
this.
know
You know, like, what is he playing here, man?
That's what they're gonna
But actually, on Wednesdays, I put it to where I'm gonna play the latest here on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on dancehall night, I'm trying to bust the latest kind of tunes. You know, I try to play like at least the last year or two, and don't go back too much. You know, but then Blue Now, you get like more tourists mixing in.
Yep.
So I
So
play a
that's
little
the
more
difference.
general. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just shit that's gonna make people dance. 90s dancehall. Some 2000s, you know, then bring it up to
because just giving
bring
it
it up some
niceness and
Afrobeat,
stuff.
bring in some popular soca, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So T, tell me, like, what would you tell an upcoming DJ? Like, what advice would you give that person?
Just keep doing it, you know, just keep doing it, and just be true to it, you know.
When you say, sorry to cut you off, but when you say be true to it, like, tell them that, yo, if you're gonna be a DJ, you have to invest in your craft. You have to take the time to learn how to beat count. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't let Serato do it for you. I'm a DJ.
The beat counting, and the beat matching, and DJing and working the controller, that's the basics. That's the basics. To me, it's all about the music. You know, you gotta know the music. You know, you gotta love the music. You gotta collect the music. You gotta have the tunes in your box, in your bag, and you gotta know your tunes. You gotta know the crowd, and you got to know how to read the crowd and drop the right tune at the right time.
Right.
You know, read the crowd.
Yeah.
Read the crowd.
But to up and coming DJs, you know, of course, I encourage all up and coming DJs and best of luck, and just you gotta love it. You know, you gotta want to do it for free almost. You know, and just be doing it just to do it. You know, that's kind of how I started. And like I said, I was lucky enough to make money out of it, and kind of make a career out of it. You know.
Right. So let me ask you. So what you got in the works for the future? What's coming next for DJ T-Roy?
Well, we're gonna start Dragons Den up again next week. Kind of.
Y'all heard the plug. Dragons Den next Wednesday.
Well, they just called me today and said, "Hey, you ready to go?" And I said, "Hell yeah, man." I'm ready. And so we're gonna start kind of a soft opening. It's gonna be downstairs, and I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna, you know, you're gonna have the patio. You can smoke on the patio, same thing, and we're gonna get the Dragons Den kind of started up again Wednesday, and Saturdays. Jamaican Johnny asked me to DJ at his park, so Saturday evenings I think I'm gonna be at Johnny's. I forgot what it's called. Vibes Nation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be there on Saturday nights coming up.
Okay, that's what's up.
As soon as the kind of weather, you know.
So we gonna go into some segments right now. Our first segment is the artist of the week, right? So Cash, you wanna handle this segment right quick with the artist of the week? All right.
So people, you know, it's all about the boy Farmer Nappy with the number one for me, 2021 soca. Call this one Backyard.
Yo, this is like a perfect song for your perfect backyard.
That's his favorite song.
Right there in the top. Yeah! Let me song on here. Cash, you do it. Bring that song again back. This song, and it was like that old man song. Nah. This song will mash up people's backyard. They ask any questions? So that's the next one. What if they didn't ask them? Just give that. should I say? No. That's not my favorite song. So you said my name?
Yeah.
Nah, like, listen to the song. It just makes you like, you can't help it. This is my music, people.
That's what we call it live instruments, man. This beat built completely different. This is live instruments, so that's why you get a feeling and all that. That's the original, the originals of soca music.
So they recorded it with live? Okay. They recorded it with live?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Live instruments. Alright, that was Fama Napi, and the name of that tune is Backyard Jam. Y'all go check it out on YouTube, download it, stream it, just put it on the map because it's going to be big, trust me.
It's big already in my head. I don't know what he's talking about.
Alright, and y'all know I don't, this Taki segment right here, so I'm just hand
He
over,
give me that segment.
yes, hand it over to Taki, you know.
It's me, he give me that segment. Okay, we trending topics today, people. Okay. So the trending topics is about major hype. The first one, major hype. Getting arrested. And now they want to leave it to just me, but I'm going to bring the men in this because when we first started the major hype situation a couple of episodes ago in season 1, and we asked y'all for your opinion, y'all was on major hype side.
I'm still on this
They
side.
were arrested.
For what?
Kidnapped, like buku bagay go.
What is he arrested for? Yo, I'm still riding with him. Like, no, I know how it can get in that situation. Hey,
To kidnap somebody to
it's not kidnapping.
Let's go back to the beginning. Tell me about it. What happened with him?
It's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot.
I
I like him. I heard something about it, but just
So his alleged, his
Wife?
wife, they were married?
No,
I thought they were married.
they were married.
No.
Okay, so she claimed, see I'm saying alleged, she allegedly claimed that he beat her, was very controlling, used to take her phone, go through her phone. Allegedly she was doing stuff, she was like, I don't give a goddamn, that don't mean you put your hands on her, for one. And they went out in the public, she went to saying all types of stuff about him, how he was messed up and how controlling he was, going through her phone and all types of stuff like that. Well, I was just stuck on the abuse part. When she showed a couple of pictures of her abuse, people are saying that was before him. People are saying that was
Yes, I'm
that was
one
before
of those
him.
people. I don't believe anything about it. I'm straight rocking with him.
But then how did he end up in jail behind the same situation?
Fighting, arguing.
But they've been fighting and arguing.
Okay, that's how you end up in jail. The kidnapping thing, that's easy for a female to say. She came over when he came over, or he didn't want me to leave his house. I went to his house, he didn't want me to leave. That's a form of kidnapping. And we all been in that situation.
They would have to. I've never been that.
So you never went over to your boyfriend's house, got in an argument, he didn't want you to leave?
Boy, better let me the fuck up out of here. I will fuck you up.
I ain't too
The
sure.
hell?
I forgot who I was talking to. My bad.
What are you talking about? No, I ain't never been in that situation. Never mind. But still, I don't think that the police would just come and just be like, oh yeah, she said that she couldn't get out. You going to jail because she couldn't get out. No, they would have to see some proof, something to prove that.
Yo, exactly. He's innocent to proven guilty. That's how I'm rocking. That's just me. I'm sorry.
Now when he proven guilty,
I'll be like, I was wrong.
you gonna say, man, they have people on death row. That's what you gonna go into it. He ain't shit. I'm sorry.
I'm not for no man putting their hands on a woman, period. I'm not for that. I don't support that anyway.
Not cool.
You know what I'm saying? But I think there's more to the story that we know.
I mean, of course, I think that it's probably way worse. Like it looks probably worse than what it is. But I don't think I think he ain't shit. Because if it was to where she's making everything up, then it would show. Like you wouldn't just keep fucking getting in trouble. Cause she just did all this shit. She just put you out on. Why is she in your house?
Because this man is in love with her, like straight up.
For real?
Yes.
That man got a tattoo.
That man is in love with her.
What the fuck that mean? I got a tattoo.
love
You
it.
know how many tattoos and cover-ups I got?
Well, I ain't know about that. I ain't putting nobody's name on me if I really choose the name. So I get that serious.
No, yeah. I'm telling you.
Alright, man.
Cover-up is.
Hey, listen, we ain't gonna dwell on this issue anymore. She said what she said, I said what I said, that's it. Like, listen, next topic. You know we gotta bring up the COVID in the city.
Yeah.
So, what you think about how the mayor's allowing people to, like last night,
Yeah.
Bourbon Street was
It was lit?
lit.
What was
Live is
that
up
like?
on the stage.
Nothing, it was lit.
Why?
Because it's like back to 50% now. Like,
Oh, we open.
yeah, we open. But we're not open, but we
We
open.
50% open. We open to this.
I don't know what to think about it, man.
Yeah?
I don't know. It's the back and forth, you know, phase 1, phase 2,
Yeah.
phase 3, phase 2, you know, like, I don't know, man.
But as a DJ, I know you want it to be back to normal. as
Yes,
possible,
of
yeah.
course. I mean, I've been on the work since the beginning, you know, so it sucks for me. This era is, for me, it's terrible, you know. But I'm making the best of it. But I don't know what to think about all this COVID stuff, man. You know, you hear people who have it and you know survive. It wasn't a big deal, and some people get it and die. So you know, it's like there's a big ifs, ands, or buts about it. So
Are you taking the vaccine?
I don't think so. I mean,
No,
No, I'm
Probably
I
not.
applaud your honesty. I applaud
Probably
your
not.
honesty.
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
I
I don't
like
like
you
to.
can take
I
it.
don't like to mess with none of that.
I'm gonna wait a minute.
You gonna read
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Because
see
you
what's
know,
going on because I got a lot of friends who are like doctors and nurses and stuff like that, and they come back and give me feedback.
right.
And, you know, there are no negative effects so far in those people. So.
Okay.
I
All right. So last segment of
I
the
don't
day.
take anything.
Our last one, y'all know what it is our top 5. So T-Roy, the
Yeah.
purpose of this is to name your top 5 artists. It don't matter the genre, whatever genre. And 5 starting as your number 1 is your top artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Top 5.
Yes,
Okay.
starting from 5.
I didn't really think about this one, so. But my number 1 artist, favorite artist is Sizzler.
Your number
That's
1?
your number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Sizzler.
Yeah.
Why?
And maybe number 2, Bob Marley. It's a close between Bob Marley and Sizzler.
I would have never thought Sizzler would be your number 1.
Sizzler is where I got
That's like everybody
Sizzler's my dude, man.
Yeah,
You
everybody
know,
does
like
Rasta.
Bob Marley got me into reggae, but Sizzler is really my dude that kind of like he's like a teacher, you know. I mean, you learn things from Bob Marley, but Sizzler explained everything about the culture just in detail and just fiery and just so many good songs. And it's when I was really getting into reggae as I got into Sizzler right when he came out. It was Burning Up, Praise Ye Jah, Black Woman Child, Good Ways.
I know what he's talking about.
That's albums. That's just. Yo, I
You know how much albums is like?
like, yo, I watch how these rappers say, oh, I dropped 3 albums in 5
You know how much
years.
albums is that?
And they albums be having 12, 13 songs,
Albums,
right?
yeah.
All Sizzler albums is like 25 tracks and up. And it's
That's
one album a month.
That's what you call it. Look, I think they should have a quota of how many songs you should be able to have to call the album. Like these 7 songs, and you telling me it's an album?
Yeah.
Don't.
Sizzler has like 100 albums.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, you used to make at least 1 song a week. You used to get 1 good song, and then an album, and then another album, and then another album. And I was riding that wave, like in the 90s, the late 90s.
Yeah.
Because I was just getting into reggae and collecting music, and Sizzle blew me away. The Praise Ye Jah album is one of the things that just kind of just blew me away.
Yeah.
It's
So-
still one of my favorite albums, Praise Ye Jah.
So Sizzler 1, Bob Marley 2, who's number 3?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I didn't think about this, but
Any genre now.
probably Capleton. You know, Capleton too is one of my favorites. I like King Tubby. I like Dub. I like old school Dub.
So King Tubby be number 4?
Yeah. I listen to a lot of King Tubby. I don't know, man.
One more.
I can't really think. Garnet Silk, maybe.
And y'all know that he stayed in one genre for his whole top 5. No rock music, no nothing. Like, y'all see this shit? Man, okay.
That
Okay.
man said his favorite genre of all time is reggae. What did you say?
Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of music, but it's reggae what I revere and what I love.
Right. So,
I wish I knew this question before, but
everybody say that.
Yeah.
Everybody say that. Everybody say that.
Maybe but let's talk about this. This is my favorite, the soca. Are we talking about soca?
Okay.
I love Bungie Garner.
Right.
Kaz is my favorite. I like Bungie Garner. He's my dude. He's just manly kind of.
Yeah.
And he's kind of dancehall-y, like somewhat. Just kind of growly,
Yeah.
I really like him. And I like Kaz. Kaz is a great singer, and a lot of good songs. I love Afrobeat too. I like Burna Boy.
Yeah, see? Like everything.
But notice what he had though.
Yeah. In the
Okay,
Caribbean.
over here. Alright?
Alright, so T-Roy, for the people that don't know you, tell them how they could reach you, tell them all
Okay. You can reach me on Instagram at Bayou International. On Facebook, DJ T-Roy, Bayou International on Facebook. Also my real name on Facebook, Troy Oud. Check my SoundCloud out. Bayou International on SoundCloud.
Right.
A lot of mixes up there. I just put out a dancehall mix last week. I got a couple of latest reggae mixes, and I'll probably do a soca mix, Afrobeat mix coming up. But yeah, check out my SoundCloud, and that's about it.
So I heard it first here on The Den. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is our first show we did on our YouTube Live. We're switching gears, but no longer going to be on Instagram Live. We're going to be on YouTube Live. So click, like, and share. Let's spread the love. Higher Level in the building. DJ Cash in the building. DJ T-Roy in the building. TikTok Wataki's in the building. And the man behind the lens, none other than the Hit Factory's in the building. Alright people, so this is the part of the show that we put the drops out there. Don't forget, March 20th, the first cool effect to ever hit New Orleans is going down. The Alliance presents NOLA Caribbean Mardi Gras Cool Effect. That's March 20th. Also, my sister Sophia Super Salad's got a pop-up shop going down on the 6th of February, y'all. Check it out. Follow her at NOLA Massive on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And Valentine's Day, people. Valentine's Day. Trendsetters possess their annual Valentine's Day party. Go check them out on Facebook and Instagram as well.
And hold on, time out. The one that's not on here, my girl Marilyn, she's not here today. She's also having her a nice little Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day, the 14th.
Right.
Link her. Not even Gypsy. Link her on Instagram.
Definitely. So about this time, we want to let DJ Cash take us out. Thank you guys again for joining us. Welcome to the Den.
Good job.
I'm an African woman in England. She name is Kawi. She want to come to Grenada. She heard a lot about the job down there. I bring her down quick. Oh God, why you couldn't stick? As soon as the master, I dabba in full blood. The officer walk up to me, say boy you can't do that. While the jab choking, freaking salvage, no Christmas plan. No he want to arrest me, say boy you is a fool that. Anything them police say, jab does disobey that. I doing it, fuck away. I playing man, fuck away. I walking there, fuck away. I drinking rum, fuck away. I doing it, I playing man. I walking girl, I drinking rum. I'm an African woman in England. She name is Kawi. She want to come to Grenada. She heard a lot about the job down there. I bring her down quick. Oh gosh, boy, you couldn't stick. As soon as the master, I dabba in full blood. The officer walk up to me, say boy you can't do that. While the jab choking, figging saltfish like Fisco Sprat. No he want to arrest me, say boy you is a fool that. Anything them police say, jab does disobey that. I doing it, fuck away. up a jab jab man. He give us some jab jab sex. 9 months later, well I was born. Right in a jab hospital. I was Christmas jab jab priest. I went to a jab jab college. That's why I did like this. So when I dead, put jab jab on me tombstone. Man, when I dead, put jab jab on me tombstone. What?
A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drum de la drum de la drum de la. A drinking white, a shifting right, a drinking anything. I reach the bar, I say tender, give me a refill. I said tonight I getting high, I take a drink to feel the vibes. Now I'm feeling so nice. I want to hold a girl whining down. I'm feeling to wine on somebody. Hold a girl jump to the ground. I'm feeling to jump with somebody. See the vibes up in here. Yo, carnival in the air. This is what we say each year. Cool. Hand up in the air, time to party. We drinking till the sun come up. Till the sun come up. Yeah, yeah. Hand up in the air, time to party. We drinking till the sun come up.
Like what you want me to say?
Like, this is DJ T-Roy and you're watching HLE television.
Okay.
And go to Kev, you got your camera? You using your phone? Check. 1, 2.
Check. Oh, it's video too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You were trying to make it back.
Yeah, please.
Oh. I thought it was a stand up.
Alright, I'm gonna count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is DJ T-Rod from Bayou International. You can tune to Higher Level Entertainment. Oh, excuse me, let me do it again.
HLE television.
That's alright.
Yeah, we're not live no more, so
Okay,
we're good. Yeah.
okay. It's all right.
I'm gonna count you down.